Yo, what is going on today, guys? Sam, better known as Samito. Welcome back to the Raid channel today, where my previous video, I was doing a bit of a guide on Gallius, my most pulled mythical, but today, I wanted to revisit my first mythical champion, who is definitely one of the worst mythicals in the game, but still is pretty valuable. Actually, he is an essential piece to a specific point of content that I'm going to show you guys today, and that is going to be the dwarf Fjorad Wolfheart. Now, I have not had the time to do a very deep dive on him in Arena post his buffs. I think his mainstay in Arena, I hate to say it, honestly might still be his base form for control on the Marius out there. Like, he's definitely going to end up being a niche pick. His damage multipliers, they gave him. Honestly, guys, you got to do better with your buffs. You really do, in my opinion. But, you know, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But he can be a great control champion for some of the champions in Arena, right? Like the Marius is out there with the 2-turn freeze, which you're going to see here, which, speaking of champions, though, I'm going to give it to Game Leap, who handles all the production of this channel. This channel would not be able to exist without them in the way that it does. So shout out to Game Leap. I'll let you guys take it. Real quick, guys, get your free Elenaril by clicking my link in the description right now. You'll also get the amazing champions Vergis, Tagoar, and Deacon Armstrong as you level up at levels 10, 20, and 30 subsequently. And here's all you got to do. Log out of Plarium Play on your PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Then launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Then go to your inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on this opportunity. This is one of the best starter codes that you can get. You'll get all 3 of those epics for free, as well as Elenaril, the legendary champion. So click that link down below before it expires and have yourself a good time. So let's break down Fjorad's support form first. Let's go ahead and break this down. Bite of the Wolf, double hitter. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a freeze. If they're not under a freeze, we'll repeat the attack once. This makes this a quad hitter with a 50% freeze against Fireknight, okay? This guy is the main reason I can auto Fireknight Hard 10 in about a minute and 20 seconds. This guy is very, very good there on his own, okay? On the A2, a nice skill here, honestly. Great Captain, places block debuffs and increased speed big version on all allies for 2 turns, and decreases the cooldown of all ally skills by 1 turn. Now, this skill made him be on my Hydra B team for a long time. If you're looking to pick up champs for Hydra and you just pull this guy, he will absolutely make it onto one of your teams. 100% will. Is he one of the best Hydra champs in the game? No, but he is solid. He is solid. Honestly, Donnie recently replaced him on my B team because I don't need a 3-turn increased speed. I've got Lydia on that team as well, and I would prefer a bit stronger of a reset as well as a cleanse, though the block debuffs are nice too. Okay, all right, on the A3, you've got Wolfheart's Rage, okay? Attacks all enemies, places a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn, and a big version of decreased speed. If they're from the Gallon Pact, freeze is for 2 turns, and it cannot be blocked or resisted, okay? So I think that this can't be blocked or resisted either way. They don't have to just be from the Gallon Pact. Also decreases the target's turn meter by 30%, 50% from the Gallon Pact with an extra turn. So, okay, really good for waves. He's also, like, if you are struggling in Doom Tower, as like, this is a very mid-game mythical, to be honest with you. If you're in the mid-game or you need help on Fireknight, you're going to get a ton of value out of this guy. A ton of value. He's also very good in faction wars, right? Yeah, good skill here. I mean, it could be better. I mean, sometimes in Arena, at least, you'll have those freezes getting knocked back to you, but it's still a good skill. Extra turn built in. I put him in a Hex set, actually, in Hydra when I was using him, because this is an AoE. Helped me get hexes out more consistently. If you're looking to run him, that's definitely an option there, but also great control versus waves, so that's pretty good. On the passive here, best serve cold. Whenever this champion or an ally receives a debuff from an enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a freeze on that enemy for 1 turn, and it goes up to 100%. It cannot be blocked or resisted if the target is from the Gallon Pact. Now, I think this champion would be a lot better if they didn't try to tie him to his lore and do everything to the Gallon Pact. They could have just made him do more damage to the Gallon Pact, because he's supposed to be an HP-based nuker in his alt form, which we will break down very quickly now. And to be honest, guys, I think the buffs to this form were not enough. We shall see, though. Rhyme Cleave attacks one enemy, ignores 15% of the target's defense. If they're under a freeze, ignores 35. That's a good number. If the attack kills an enemy, resets the cooldown on one of his champion's skills. Great. You'll take a skill reset on a kill anytime. The problem is he's not great at getting them, right? On the A2, Ice Quake. AoE, extra hit under enemies under CC debuffs. You can read them all there. Stun, freeze, fear, true fear, provoke, petrification. Each hit decreases the target's max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted, up to 50%. And then each hit also decreases the target's turn meter by 25%, and it can't be resisted if they're under any of those CC debuffs. Damage based on HP HP. But the real good ability here, and again, you can use this guy in Arena if you don't have anybody else, right? Disciple of Torment on the A3. 50% of the target's defense gets ignored. If they're under a freeze, it's 100, and they also ignore block damage. If the target is killed while under a freeze, also places a block, revive, debuff on them, and then places freeze on all enemies for 2 turns. Cannot be resisted by enemies from the Gallon pack. So this is kind of my gripe. It's like, dude, this is a nuker mythical, and you're tying all the value to his kit that's conditional already on another condition. This is a mythical champion. You shouldn't do that. They need to go back in and change that so he does more damage to the Gallon pack, not conditional effects. Counterattacks with the Rhyme Cleave skill whenever an enemy increases any of this champion's skills. Problem is, it doesn't do enough damage to kill through. Whenever an ally is killed, 50% chance of placing a freeze debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Chance increases to 100% and cannot be blocked or resisted by enemies from the Gallon pack. Again, more conditional value on a conditional passive on a conditional champion, on a mythical champion. Really lame, if you ask me. Very, very lame. They could have done a lot better with this guy, and they kind of fumbled the bag in terms of the utility, in terms of what a mythical should do. Now, if you run him with Lady Noelle, on the other hand, if you have a freeze champ to set him up, he could be very solid, but we're not going to be talking about his PvP form today. I'm going to be showing you guys how I use this guy as a support form, and the set I chose to go with him for his support form is just Relentless, man. Relentless is going to be great on this champion. Getting extra turns, especially in Fireknight, is very, very good. He's got an extra mechanic built in. Maybe you could go Reflex to get back to his A2 more, but really it depends on where you're using this guy. If you're using him in Hydra, you could throw him in a curse set as well. I ran mine in a curse set for a while on my B team, and this A2, particularly when you have big nukers that have big cooldowns, it definitely helps. It definitely helps get back to those skills quite a bit. I used him on my Chimera team for a bit when I didn't have Fjorad or Barkhorn. He can be your decrease speed for Chimera with some CD reset to get back to your big abilities a little bit faster. So that is another use that you could have if you're just a progression player and you happen to pull this guy, right? But his main value, I would say, where he excels compared to other champs in the game is undoubtedly Fireknight Hard 10. And that is where I use him a lot. And that's why I've got him in the Relentless. We can take a look at the total stats here again. 63k HP. I changed up his build recently. 4k defense, 286 speed, 450 accuracy. You can see here, guys, just speed, looking for speed on this weapon. Don't know why I used that glyph there. I was using this on my Senna for a while. Little bit of speed rolls here. Not my best gear, just like a little bit of speed in all these places. Flat stat gauntlets, but double rolled mythical speed. So I've got enough defense on him already. Then some more defense, just some spare Relentless gear with some speed on speed boots, HP on the ring, HP on the amulet, and then res on this banner because I was using him in Chimera, but I've already got enough accuracy on this guy, right? I got a 5-star soul on him. I don't need any more accuracy. I don't need 500 plus accuracy on him unless I'm using him in Arena maybe, but I gave him some res just because I want him resisting some things in Hydra as well. So yeah, and I got some extra accuracy from this. I picked up 40 accuracy here, so 40 extra accuracy with like 100 something res. I'll take that, right? I'll take that. All right, let's show you guys the team. This is my Fireknight Hard 10 team with Fjorad on it. I will say he's a staple. Before I had Newt, he was hard carrying it, to be honest with you. He made it essential, but he's a great, like, he's like a better version of Coldheart, in my opinion, in that he gets the quad hitter, right? And he's going to get the turn meter decrease for you, and he brings your decreased speed. So you'll see how this team works. We've got Padraig, we got Mikage, we got Newt and Calamitous. Calamitous kind of really clears the waves on his own. Double ally attack, which is going to pull in Fjorad, like 8 hits right there from him, which we love. Nice little 8-hitter there. And because he's also an increased speed block debuffs champ, with that CD reset, I get back to my ally attacks faster, which is huge. Like, really, this is a mythical that's built for Fireknight, though I should say he's more of a legendary champion, to be honest with you. Kind of missed on the buffs here for him. I wish they had done a little bit more. But we'll give this team a whirl. I'll show you guys how it's done. The waves get cleared very quickly because of Calamitous. Padraig, also great. But yeah, the double ally attack is just a must here. And now, actually, with his buffs and the turn meter pushback he has on his A3, it makes him a very good option for a regular Fireknight as well. So if you're a progression player, this mythical is going to get a lot of value. So nobody's really set to do anything here. Calamitous is just going to come in and absolutely curb stomp all these waves. Big smack from Calamitous there. Just one-shots the waves on this floor. Now what Fjorad's going to be able to do, I think I have him set to use his A2. How my team is speed-tuned here, like the waves just get one-shot. Let's take a look at this. Is Fjorad goes last. So the first ally attack comes in. He comes in with a quad hitter, which is essential. He's doing over half the shield knockdowns for this team. Second ally attack comes in. Look at this. This is going to leave us at about what? Just a one-shot left. And now he comes in with his A3. He's going to immediately apply the decreased speed into an extra turn, into a quad hitter, with turn meter decrease. That time it was 3, right? So he immediately, like, he is the sole person on this team bringing this shield down. Newt comes in with the follow-up freeze. So that could be a Crichton, that could be anybody. But as you guys can see here, he then resets the ally attacks on my team. So Mikage's already back because he comes in with the increased speed and the block debuffs. All of this is possible because of Fjorad, man. He brings so much of Fireknight. Like, he was definitely designed Fireknight Hard in mind. And I will say, this is definitely his best spot in the game. He blows it wide freaking open for us. And again, look, like, he's never going to regain control. Again, how many hits does he get? He gets 12 hits there. A little bit more on that shield. No, he gets like 10 or so, I would say. I think he gets around 10, right? Maybe, yeah, he gets around. Oh, wait, that's my challenge. That's my challenge right there. That just got me my Marius challenge. I was hard stuck on it. Did it not? It did. Look at that. Look at that, guys. We're pushing for the horse. Beautiful on camera, right? Clear hard mode 3 is better than 20 times. Okay, I can look to do that. But man, that's really the main place I would say that you can use Fjorad. Him in arena, we'll give it a whirl real quick. I'm not, again, it just reset, so we're gonna be up against some. Let's see, are there anybody from the Gallon Pact? Here's a horsey. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's see if I can do something here with good old Fjorad. We'll try to put him on a go first team. We'll have him replace my Fabian. Again, I'm not sure if he's really built for this right now. This Siphi is probably going to end up resisting me, but we'll see. Again, it's supposed to be unblockable, right? So we'll get our cooldowns back 1 turn faster. Again, this is just a plug and play. We'll see how this goes. This guy's probably going to be faster than me is my guess. Yeah. I do get the resist there. Yeah. And then look at that. Target change. I freeze myself and then die. I mean, that's what you're afraid of with Fjorad, right? Wand of Submission. They really missed on the buff. And again, this is plug and play, but like that's why I didn't show you guys him in arena. I mean, talk about trying to go in and buff a mythical champion and just having no clue, you know, really a clueless buff. I mean, why even do it if that's what you're going to do? I mean, I just don't get it. But yeah, guys, that is going to be Fjorad for you. A great PvE champ, a great Fireknight champ, but they really honestly should go back and buff him again and fix the mistakes. It's a mythical champion, guys. You can't be snubbing people of alt forms. You can't be snubbing people on mythical champions with that much money in the game. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Take care. Much love. Peace out.